This is Abuja Light Rail, $840 million, 27 years to build. Today, only 4 trips run each day. To most people, this looks like a textbook failure, another expensive white elephant project in a developing economy. But one detail raises a bigger question. So let me show you where the majority of people in Abuja are living. See these places, Nyanya, Maraba, Lugbe on the map. This is where most of the people who work in Abuja actually live. Every morning they wake up early and sit in traffic for hours just to get into the city. So you would expect the metro to go there, but it does not. It goes straight to the airport. But when I took a closer look, what emerged was a planning document in 1997, Abuja's original master plan. It did not propose a single airport rail line. It outlined a 290-kilometer network, delivered in 6 phases, planned for a city projected to reach maturity decades later. Viewed in that context, the low passenger numbers begin to make sense. So in this video, we are looking at where Abuja Light Rail stands today. What part of the original network were completed, which phases were delayed or abandoned, and whether the rest of the system is still realistically possible. In 1976, Nigeria did something radical. They decided to abandon Lagos as the capital and build a new one from scratch. Lagos was a chaotic megacity. But Abuja was different. It was placed in the exact geographical center of the country, a neutral ground for a nation of 250 ethnic groups. But Abuja wasn't just about politics, it's about the master plan. Wide boulevards, zone district, green corridors. The planners had studied cities like Singapore and Seoul. They understood a hard truth. If you wait until traffic becomes unbearable to build a metro, you've already lost. So in 1997, Abuja designed a 6-phase 290-kilometer rail network, a system for a city of millions at a time when the city barely had few 100,000. It was ambitious. Construction finally began in 2009, led by China's Civil Engineering Construction Corporation. The goal was to finish it in 4 years. The reality, it took 11 years. When it finally opened in 2018, Nigeria had 45 kilometers of track and 12 modern stations. This isn't just budget infrastructure. These are air-conditioned world-class trains, but there was a catch. The system was designed to be fully electric, but with Nigeria's power grid unable to support the load, the infrastructure was never finished. Today, these modern trains are pulled by diesel locomotives. Less efficient, more expensive, but functional. On paper, it was ready. But why is it not being used to its full capacity? To understand the failure narrative, you have to look at where the tracks actually go. The yellow line connects the central business district to the airport. The blue line connects the city center to the suburb of Kubwa. Now look at this map. This is where the people actually live. The satellite towns of Nyanya, Maraba, Lugbe. Every morning, hundreds of thousands of people spend 3 hours in gridlock commuting into the city. And the metro doesn't go there. The master plan does include those towns, but they are phase 2 and phase 3. They were never built. Then came 2020, COVID-19 shut the system down, and for years it stayed shut. Vandals stripped the copper cable, stations were looted. International media called it a ghost train. But the bills didn't stop coming. Nigeria pays roughly $50 million every year just to service the Chinese loan for this project. Think about that. Nigeria pays more debt in interest for this one line than the entire national railway earns in revenue. That is the brutal reality of sovereign infrastructure. The trains can stop, the payments don't. In 2024, the narrative shifted. The government poured money back into the system, replacing stolen equipment and fixing the tracks. But they did something else. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu announced free rides for 6 months. It was a psychological strategy. Public transit relies on habit. By allowing people to ride the train for free, it builds that habit. In a city of minibuses, taxis, you have to prove the train works. In the first 100 days of the relaunch, 250,000 people use the system. It's a start, but is it enough? Compare this to Lagos. Lagos line opened in 2023 and was an instant hit, carrying millions. The difference, in Lagos, the first rail was pushed through the city's busiest corridor where demand already existed. Trains arrive every few minutes, making the system part of daily life rather than a special event. Abuja took a different path. Services are limited. With just a handful of trains operating each day, the system is managed as a government service rather than a commercially run network. Those choices shape everything that followed. One, which is Lagos, is the engine of the economy. The other is a work in progress. So, was the Abuja Metro a mistake? If it stays as it is, an airport shuttle for airlight, then it is. It's an 840 million error, but infrastructure doesn't pay off in election cycles. It pays off in generation. If Nigeria finishes the loop, if they reach Nyanya and Maraba, the economic impact will be massive. Commute times will drop from hours to minutes. The city will breathe. Cities like London, Seoul, and New York have systems that were once called crazy or unnecessary. Abuja is only 7 years into the 50-year plan. The question is not whether the metro works today. The question is whether Nigeria has the resolve to finish what it has started. Because world-class cities are not built with shortcuts, they are built with commitment. If you like content like this, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comment section if you think Nigeria will finish this train and whether if you are in Abuja, you would like to use this metro. See you on the next one.